Hey guys, so one of the things I got asked, one of the questions I got asked was, how have I gone from basically being a novice um, to where I am today in like a year or so? There's a few reasons behind it. One is simply a lot of practice, um, but the main thing is videoing all of the sessions, all of the swings, analyzing them, and then trying to make the corrections where I can by getting tips and everything from online instructors like Matt Fryer, Danny Maud, and especially from Tom Saguto. Highly recommend his the Saguto golf school, by the way. So I'll put a link in the video below. Um, but really, it's the difference. The swing and everything and hitting the balls is one thing, but when you're out on a golf course, it is entirely different. And changing how I line up my shots and try and get a consistent strike is one thing that's contributed to me getting slightly lower scores and now getting into the 80s more consistently. So what do I do? There's a couple of things. So one, try not to overthink things. There's a lot going on in the golf swing, a lot going on in the golf course, and just trying to keep it simple is probably the best thing. But really, these are the things that I try and do. So when I'm on the course itself and I'm on the tee or I'm on the fairway taking a shot, I try and stand behind the ball, look at the target, and then pick a spot between the ball and the target that I can A, line my club face up with, but B, and then line up all of the stance with. So at least I think I'm aiming where I want to be. The second part of it is then visualizing the shot that you want to play. So I know 9 times out of 10 I'm going to play right to left a little bit. So I want to aim slightly right at the target. But at the same time, if I hit my bad shot, which is the shank that is there, that I'm not going to go so bad that I'm going to be into trouble. So just try and give myself like a tennis court or so to land in. So as far as the swing goes and my setup goes, I'll line my club face up with that target that I've got just in front of me. This is obviously too far left, but just to give you an idea. Then my front foot, because this is a 9 iron, I want it into the middle of my stance somewhat. So about shoulder width apart, front foot slightly open, shoulder width apart, and my left hand on the club first. I then got, a slightly strong grip. So I line my knuckles up so I can see my first 2 knuckles and keep the club face square, and then bring my second hand in. I then lift my club up and I try and get the club face square to the target. Now I have this little wiggle, and this little wiggle here is just to make sure that this arm is straight. And then while it's straight, then I come back down behind the ball, and the swing thoughts then that go through my head are weight 60% on my front foot. I want to keep my hand, the top of my hand facing to the ground as long as possible. Keep the arm straight and wide. 3/4 back is the feeling that I want, and then to come inside is the feeling that I want to make contact with the ball and finally release at the bottom. It should look something like this. Bit spinning a bit to the right, but I'll take it. 140 yards with a 9 iron is always good. So that's really off target. So let's try another one. So same setup. Aim my club face at my aiming point. Stance. Second foot on. Square my club face up. Straighten the arm out. And then swing. Press first. It's a bit fat, that one. That's the kind of idea. I always feel my irons are going to go right to left, so I'm not really that bothered. On a course, I'd aim for that. Let's try that here. That's not bad. So as I'm warming up, my 9-iron's coming in here, so it's nice. So getting out over 150 yards is always good with a 9-iron. Don't think anybody will complain with that. It's a bit fat. It's still about 150, and how far off? About 10 yards offline. It's not really too bothered. So there you go. That's the pre-shot routine and how I think I've gone from absolute beginner to getting some reasonable scores now.